Yo, real quick, before we get started, this episode is just four lifelong friends catching up, talking wild, and telling stories that probably really shouldn't even lead a group chat. All jokes, all vibes, no filters. The thoughts and opinions you hear are strictly from each individual, even though I know they talk about me. So don't come for the whole squad. If one of us, me, is up here wilding, sit back, laugh, and enjoy. It's the circle, you heard?
All right, what's going on, everybody? We back, man. Another week number three. It's the circle again. Back at
Woo!
it. The crew here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in the building. With again, we got our special guest, Lester. Lester, what's good?
Lester back.
No, not much, man. How you guys been?
Good, good, good. How was your
Chilling,
week?
man.
I've been all right, just
Good, man.
hanging around, ain't doing much.
Okay, cool. Well, shoot, I wish I could not do much, but look at this brother.
Shoot.
Yo, you
Yo,
you you stress you stress. You just lit up a stogie.
hey, man.
You know
Listen,
we
man.
see
Don't mind your business, man. Why you out here? You see, you out here trying to expose me, putting people
that.
in, put my business in the streets.
Once you put it on camera, you expose yourself.
But let the folks see it.
Oh, they gotta see it. Trust me, they gotta see
All
it
right,
for sure, man.
They see
All right,
I'm
so
everything.
cool with that.
so we had a lot of things going this week, man, in the news. But before we get started, I know I asked Lester, Big S, how was your week, man?
You know what? It was good. I'm still trying to get used to being back at work, but it was good. I mean, overall, I'm living my dream life, honestly. So it was good. I mean, I
You
can't
I
know,
love
complain.
that feeling. I
you're not a
love that
good you're
feeling.
not a good friend, bro.
Who's not a good friend?
You,
Why?
cause how you gonna say you trying to get used to being back at work? And Lester just told us last week that he lost his job. Come on,
It ain't his fault.
Well,
It ain't his fault. You know what I'm saying? We got to celebrate the
listen,
victories of the Lord, my brother.
Lester will bounce back like he always does.
I know he
I was
does.
just on vacation. And I mean, it's hard to be back. I mean, everybody's asking me things. I'm like, I don't know. I was gone. You
Hmm.
can't look to me for leadership. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah,
there.
they
That's
ask them to
terrible.
brief you before they
Yeah,
ask you other
exactly.
questions.
That's terrible, yo. That's terrible. But look, man, let's get into it. There's actually something I want to discuss right off the rip, man. I sent y'all a story earlier this week. I don't know if y'all saw about a Virginia homeowner
Yeah.
with these kids. So there's multiple stories, all right. So for everyone that's watching, I don't know, right? In Virginia, there's a homeowner that shot and killed a teenager and wounded two other teens. Now there's a lot of details that if you're not a person that don't read headlines, you'll miss out on the details, and the details matter on both sides, right? So these guys were seniors. They went supposedly doing some TikTok prank and rung this dude doorbell. So the dude came out and he let that thing off, killed one kid and wounded another two, and they charged him with murder, man, like second-degree murder. Now, some of the details in that is this, right? Um, does anybody know what time they were knocking on his door? Right? What time y'all think they was knocking at his door?
It
It
was
had to
in the
be
middle of the night, right?
Well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. At
at
2 a.m.
three
point.
at 3 a.m. So if you home at 3 a.m. and you kind of hear your door or somebody knock, like what, I know what I'm gonna think. Even it
right.
doesn't matter how good my neighborhood is. If somebody's unexpectedly knocking on my door at 3 a.m., I'm thinking worst case scenario, I got to defend myself and my family,
Understandable. Yeah.
right? And
Agree.
so let me read. So this is Fox News, right? Because y'all know different outlets have different headlines, right? So
Yeah.
Fox News, here's their headline, right? So sorry, one of the headlines I see, right? It says Virginia homeowner charged with murder after shooting a high school teen during attempted break-in. Sheriff says, right? That's cool. That's cool. Not cool about the situation, right? Then
Right.
another one says high school star, right? So the reason why I'm saying that is because the framing already starts to put the teenager as just an
A
ultimate
criminal.
light and the homeowner being demonized. So based off that information, even if you haven't read the story, based off those things I just told y'all, what are some thoughts?
Hold on now, because let me go ahead. Now, the thoughts that I have about this. Okay, you're a homeowner. It's 3 a.m. Usually, when somebody's coming to your home, it'll be announced. If it's unannounced, there's sunlight outside, at least. So I can understand the homeowner coming to the door with the gun. Now, this is where I have an issue. When you open the door, because if it's a prank, right, which is what it was ultimately found out to be, a prank, right?
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
Obviously, we all played, we all went nigga knocking. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
after you knock, you run. All right. We all played ditch, ding dong ditch. That's what is universally known as. Excuse me. But after you ring, you run. So obviously, when you came out, they had to be fleeing the scene, which don't give you the right to shoot. That's where, like, I understand the need, the how you felt like you needed to defend your home, but at the same time, if someone is fleeing the scene, or even if it seems like they're trying to escape, you no longer have a defense of having to defend your home, because there's nothing they're not attacking. So to
Mm-hmm.
shoot and
So,
kill one person and then
I'm
wound two
glad you said
others,
that.
you wild out.
So I'm glad you said that, right? So let me give you a little. Remember, I said details matter, right? So let me give you a
Uh-huh.
little bit more. Let me give you a little bit more details, right? So we know surveillance is everywhere, right? Even when we can't see it. So Butler, right? I believe the gentleman that shot the teen, his name is Tyler Butler. He's 27. He's 27 years old. He's a young dude himself, right? Relative to where we're at, right? He's a young dude himself. It says one of Butler's neighbors shared home surveillance footage with the outlet that shows the three teens going up to Butler's home and not only ringing the doorbell, but banging, kicking, and slamming on a garage door. So now that you get those details with those facts, a neighbor's surveillance video, right? And that's why I said details matter, because the teens said they were doing a film for TikTok, while other people were saying it was an alleged robbery. So, JS, before you go, I want to get somebody else's thoughts on
That
that.
ain't
Now
fair.
that
You
you
gave them
Yeah,
the
know the
details. They
details.
can answer better than me now. But go ahead. I
I can
got
hop in
some.
on this. All right. So there is a small window in what's murder and what is self-defense. Once you become the aggressor, once they flee, you have to stop, right?
Yeah.
So I understand what he thought. They are banging, they're screaming. It's the middle of the night, it's dark, you're scared, you got your gun. Right now, it looks like a home invasion. You have every right to protect yourself. But once they flee, you can't. It's called Graham versus Connor. It's a court case. So cops know you cannot shoot a fleeing felon.
But they get away
Okay.
with it. But go
Um, so come on, G. Come on, G.
Hey,
All
my
right.
brother, you can't tell them come on.
But
It's the truth.
I don't even want to speak on that yet. At a later time. At a later time. But yeah, so these kids were fleeing, is what I'm hearing. So I mean, I agree with Sean. You can't shoot. You have to stop. And this r- reminds me of South Central. Little J Rock when he
Hopping the
is,
fence.
yeah, hopping the fence, he gets shot. An old dude, he gets arrested. I mean, you just gotta stop.
South Central, he said, well, the street is, he got you some stealing radios for you.
Still in the car sounds. Still in the car sounds. Keep it warm, baby. I'll be back.
Got one question. One question.
What's up?
Okay. You said that when they're fleeing, you don't shoot. Did they flee before or after he started shooting?
Great question.
That's a good
Great
question.
question.
I don't believe those details have emerged yet, right? But the thing that would have me think that they were fleeing is because they charged them with second degree murder right off the rip. They didn't charge them with manslaughter, right? Now, I hate to do this to y'all, but there is a very, very real component in here that most people don't want to talk about. The homeowner is a black man. These three teenagers are white. They're in the state of Virginia,
He cooked.
right?
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
So that's why I was saying, like, with the headline and the framing and things of that sort, because I'm not sure if you guys remember but like a year or 2 years ago, where a black kid knocked on an old white man's door seeking for help, and the old white man shot him. Remember that?
Yep. Yeah.
And the kid
I didn't like fully look into that, but I remember hearing about it. So yeah, I'm familiar with it.
and the kid lived, right? But the framing of that entire story was different. But they actually did, I believe they actually did give that old man jail time. But the framing was different, right? So again, what Big S said is by law is 100% correct, right? Once someone is fleeing, this is like Florida. Florida has staying your ground where it kind of just it doesn't matter. It's gonna end
If you're on
when it
their
ends.
property, is up.
Yeah, it's gonna end when it ends, right? And whoever's on the wrong side of that, God be with you, right? That's how it goes. We've seen a lot of cases. So with this one in Virginia, they don't have staying your ground. So once they're fleeing, and so Sean said something key. He said there was a small window in between. What did you say? There's a small window between what and what?
Self-defense
And murder,
and
right?
murder.
Because once you become the aggressor, that's different. However, if you own a gun, if you ever shot a gun, there's also a small window in the time you have to make a decision to pull that trigger or not.
That's true also.
Mm-hmm.
That is true also.
So
See, this is where I'm starting to have this discrepancy at. See, in Virginia, is there because in New York there is no self-defense law unless somebody breaks all the way into your home. But in Virginia, is there a self-defense law if someone steps onto your property?
I can answer that, and the answer to your question is yes, because I lived there for 3.5 years. So yes, and I've actually experienced that. Man, I've experienced had a weapon pulled on me because I was on their property. So yes, that the answer is yes.
Okay, so then with that being said, I can't say that this man was completely wrong because maybe if they are intruders and they run away because you have a weapon, they could have returned. You know, that could have been his thought process also. And you're still on my property, and there's a self-defense law, which gives me the right to do what I did.
I agree with that, yes. But on the flip side, I also agree with Big Sean because once you flee, once you turn your back, you're not allowed to shoot them. You're not supposed
But if you're on my property, how do I know that you're not still a threat? You could have been knocking and somebody else could have been waiting to come in because you was a distraction. I'm eliminating all threats.
I agree with you, especially when they were banging on your door, banging and kicking down your door.
Right.
Screaming.
They ain't just ring your bell. They started kicking and banging.
Yep.
That's aggressive.
Honestly, we just need more details. I mean, it's just all we have now is it could be this, it could be that, but
I mean, so
from
all
what
right.
we know,
What's the facts? Let's go down. What's the facts again? What's the facts?
The facts are
Fact
there was
is-
3
All right,
teens
Sean.
who decided, well, according to the media, that they was going to knock on someone's door and ring their bell. The 3 teens were white. The homeowner was black. He came to the door. There was 1 murdered, 2 injured. It was 3 a.m.
So right, it's a lot to unpack there, right? Because for me,
Was he alone?
ideally, say that again, Sean. Because
Was he home alone?
Doesn't matter because whoever's in your home, you gotta
No,
protect.
yeah. Well, I mean,
No,
well,
yeah.
listen. I'm gonna act completely different if I'm home alone or if I have my daughter here.
Right.
I'm not taking any
But
chances.
I don't think I would take any
Yeah.
chances
I got
regardless,
my
because
kids
my
here.
life is just as precious. I'm acting the same way, whether my daughter here with me or it's just me.
Mm. Well, I guess so I operate by a different set of rules. I got
Yeah,
a
he was trained
badge
for that.
24/7, right? So all my shoots, I got to let my job know, and then I'm going to be held
yeah,
accountable.
for
And
whatever
see,
the
you're speaking from a trained person's standpoint. Like you're speaking from somebody who's trained to recognize and like be able to calm themselves down in these type of situations. Not everybody is. So, the regular person,
Yeah.
they're not gonna have the same cool, calm, and collectiveness that you would have.
I
Agreed.
agree. I agree.
And here's the thing, right? So here's another detail. I don't know if I told y'all this, right? But the police were already on their way. Why do you think the police were already on their way?
Because they obviously was there for a little while. So he had time to call the police before he came to the door.
Reporting a robbery, right?
Mhm.
And like I
Alleged
don't know,
robbery. Alleged
Wait,
robbery.
was it
I
him
mean,
that actually called the police?
alleged TikTok prank as well too. Because look, if they
Right.
so everyone records everything,
Mhm.
and if a prank was being recorded to
Mhm.
fully justify these kids being out at 3 a.m. and banging on this man's door, which there's still nothing to me that would justify it, right? But just to corroborate their story,
Right.
don't you think we would have seen the TikTok video already?
The person that was holding the camera. Right.
Yeah, we would have seen that. Like that would have been put out right away to literally off the jump really assassinate Tyler Butler's character, who's the homeowner. That's what I would do.
Exactly. You know
Right?
what? You're absolutely right
Why
about that.
aren't they putting
I
that?
didn't think about that till you just said it. They got surveillance footage
Yeah.
from another homeowner and not the TikTok prank.
Say that again, Big Us.
And
They got the surveillance footage from another home that was there in the neighborhood and not the TikTok prank video. Where's the
You little
person that was holding the camera?
man, you little S. I said big S.
Oh shoot. I
I'm
think
just
so JS, my
wondering,
bad.
does this guy not have a Ring camera? Because I feel like nowadays everybody has
So if his neighbor if
a
his
camera.
neighbors have on surveillance those teens doing that, what does it matter if he has a ring camera?
Yeah.
And
Well,
even if he
I
does
want to
have a
see
ring
his angle.
camera, the
I want to
police
see
is
his
on their
angle.
way, so he could have seen the ring camera. He don't know them. So I called the cops first. Then I came to the door.
Oh, yeah, was it him that actually called the cops, or was it someone else? That's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, exactly. I
Because
mean,
you said they're already on their way. So
you
who
see a
called the
lot of
cops?
details. You see
Right.
a lot of
So
details.
so then again, if somebody else called the cops, that means that the neighbor, somebody in the neighborhood, thought the same thing that the homeowner
Thought
thought.
the same thing that homeowner did. That's 2 people who thought that there was a threat in the neighborhood. So why are you charging this man with murder before figuring the entire case out?
And got to keep it real, right? I know 18 is legal, whatever, but what I was gonna say before too, ideally, me as a parent, if my son is 18 years old, he's not out at 3 a.m. unless he's staying at somebody's house.
I got a 19-year-old son, G, and I still be on him. I don't play them games
Like there's nothing we know. We've been out there. There's nothing good that happens
I would say.
at 3 a.m.
Well,
at all. And at 18, 19,
So
you're still able to be under the rule of your parent.
where I live, these kids, as soon as it gets nice, they love to ding dong ditch. It's always on our Facebook page. It's on next door. They have
Oh, you
never
said the
came
app. You said that the
my
app I
house.
was telling about last time, next door. Where you see the crimes.
But can you tell me what time they like to
so
ding dong ditch? What's the average time of these kids liking to ding dong ditch?
in the middle of the night, so
Like,
at 2 and 3.
mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And we've been there, guys. We've done it.
Oh, of
We've done it.
course.
So I mean, I don't
But
blame them.
instead, we ring after we bang the door, whether they came or not. We ring and we run once. You don't stay there and continuously bang and kick. They rung the bell, then they
We've
bang
done
and
it.
kick. That's not ding dong ditch.
Hold on,
My
why
wife
did they say
has.
Gene?
I asked her about it.
You never done it?
Gene had. Were you not
You
with
never
us?
done it?
Probably not, man.
Hold
Y'all
on.
grew up.
Gee, yes, you did, because you seen me do it, so you was a participant. You an accomplice, nigga. Yeah, you part of that crime. Trying to make me look bad.
He's not admitting to nothing. But hey, man.
Yeah,
Listen, I got a
Angie,
pass.
that's just what he did, and he ain't even tell on me neither, like Lester would have.
But yo,
Lester,
speaking
oh my
of that, bro,
goodness.
we gotta. I think we gotta tell people why we said Lester's a snitch.
You want me to tell the story?
I don't think we should put that out there
No,
yet.
I think we should tell the story, Lester. I think we should. I think we should.
Which
I think we
story?
should. Okay, people, this is the story, right? So
We got
we
a lot
lived in
of
the hood.
topics to go over.
Lester. Lester. This is coming out. We lived in the hood, right? So where we lived at, there wasn't supposed to be no satellite dish TV stuff going on. You're supposed to have cable, or the crackheads put the wire in and you ran other cable, or you had nothing. You know what I'm saying? So somebody lived like close to like on the next floor underneath me, and they had a satellite dish. So me and a couple of my assailants decided that wasn't fair, and we started to throw the cans that my mom's had inside her pantry closet to try to break the satellite down.
Those
So-
cans was not in the pantry closet.
Yes, they was. I used to take them out the pantry closet.
No, sorry, no, you gotta make us sound like dirtbags. They was under the bed for most.
No, they
You're right.
was not.
No,
They
you're
was
right.
old. Like
Right.
no, this is what happened, right? So my mother used to stock up on vegetables. Not chill, Lester.
Stop.
My mother used to stock up on vegetables, so we had so much that like I didn't think that she was using like generic cans type of stuff, because we didn't throw like the Jolly Green Giant cans and stuff like that. Like we threw the joints with white labels on it. You know what I'm saying? So like we didn't think nothing of it. But I went to church one Sunday because I had no choice. You know what I'm saying? Now we were scot-free, people. My mother had blamed my little sister for why the cans was on the ground, but in the back of the building. We were scot-free. She wasn't even gonna get a whooping. I'm telling you. Lester decides that his conscience is eating him, and he told on me and all of us before I can get home. The first person to tell me was Big Sean. He ran up on me. He said, "Yo, I was hoping that you came home sooner. I tried to stop him from telling, but I couldn't." It was so bad that my mother said, "Stop doing stuff with Lester, because he always telling on y'all."
And that's not the only
Ain't
time.
the only
I
time.
remember when Sean and Gene was wrestling in the big park, and Sean got hurt, and he made up a story that he got
Yeah,
jumped.
because I wasn't supposed to be outside. You got to tell the truth. I was supposed to be sent to the store and come right back, but I decided to play in the park first.
He's on punishment, and then Lester, he going, "I'm sorry, Miss Trisha, that didn't really happen."
Yeah, because my mom, I ain't gonna lie that my mom had called the police and all that because she thought something really happened. She was like, "I gotta call the cop," all that, and I was gonna let it rock. I ain't gonna lie, it was better than getting a whooping.
No, I don't remember that one.
I'm about to call my mother right
It's a
now.
lot more.
Hold up.
No, leave your mother alone. Leave your mother alone.
No, because Lester out here lying. Don't remember that one. Oh, you told so many times you can't remember something. That's crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, but as far as the that incident with the cans, bro, like you
My
were
mom
there.
started crying, made us pick him up outside.
She called all our moms, asked our mom to reimburse
No,
her.
she sent y'all to my house so we can go pick the cans up outside. Remember?
No. She spoke with my mother, and she asked for reimbursement for the cans I threw.
Nah,
We
she
were
supposed to
broke.
get mom and said, send him
We
over
didn't
here
have
because he
money.
got to go outside and pick them cans up with Sean and G because he was throwing them also.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Snitch. Lester.
Think I was in the crib. I think I was in the crib playing my Game Boy, man. Ruined my whole
No,
afternoon.
oh, word. That's a fact because she got us in the afternoon.
Yo, I'm
That wasn't
like,
even
what?
here yet. My mom's called. You had to come over. And she was crying. Told me, I can't believe y'all would do that. That's the first time I seen her cry.
I know. I
But
felt
she was
bad.
perfectly fine blaming Andre, my little
Hey,
sister.
we were convinced that those cans were not going to be used at all.
At all. That's why. Like she used to put them under the air conditioning. So it's like I didn't know you cared about those.
Yeah.
Lester,
Anything to say for yourself?
We got safety.
why'd you? I want to really know, why did you tell?
Conscience.
That's the same excuse you used back then.
Yeah, this guy.
How your conscience eat at you
What about
when like
loyalty?
she was perfectly fine blaming Andre? She was emotionally fine. She cried when you told on us.
Yeah, and yeah.
I was young at that time, okay? Give me a break. I grown up.
You're older than me, Lester. Cut it out.
So this goes back to
You a year older than me.
What Sean said. What is a snitch? You can't snitch if you was out there doing the same
Wait. To
thing,
Lester
Lester.
credit though, when
You
we
gotta
tried to make him
be
throw cans, he
really.
wouldn't do it. He would lay across the bed and then play a one-player game. You know what I'm saying?
He threw
No,
cans with me.
Oh, I wasn't around there. You threw my mama cans, Lester?
Yeah,
You threw my mama cans?
yeah,
Wait till I see you, nigga.
yeah.
Wait till I see you.
Yeah, I was there doing it with
He
y'all.
was doing it. Nah, we was killing that satellite dish. So.
Tear that satellite up.
Yo,
If we don't got no satellite, don't nobody
what if
got no
they
satellite.
are watching the
What
videos
you say?
all these years later? Like, hold on now, you guys owe me a satellite dish.
Oh, right. Somebody's like, wait.
I don't know if they
Charge
spoke
that to
English.
the game. Statute of limitations is up, player. And you weren't supposed to have it in slow bomb anyway. Tell on yourself. Because that was an illegal satellite dish.
Big S. What else we got? Big S. What else we got on the docket?
So let's go to world events. What do y'all think about the new
Who,
Pope?
Trump?
I could care less.
He's
Trump?
so all week. No, he did say that he would like to be
He
Pope.
did. He did. He said in an
Who
interview.
did?
He shared the meme.
Trump.
Oh, Trump said that? Oh, he's
Yep,
going to be the next one when
Trump
this dude dies.
And then he tweeted a picture. Well, he retweeted a
He
picture
put an AI picture out of him like
of him.
He going to run for Pope as a Republican.
You can't run for Pope, but yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I guess
Run for Pope.
selected. But so all week they hyped us up. There might be the first Pope from Africa. There might be the first Pope from Asia. There might be, all these people were like front runners.
Yeah.
And then we get this Pope from out of Chicago, America. And I don't know.
He's a Knicks fan.
I'm like, is this rigged?
Trump did that. We're bringing the Popehood back to
I mean,
America.
make the Vatican great again, I
Oh,
guess.
God.
We don't go for it, man.
Make the
I'm
Vatican.
gonna be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can really care less about who the Pope is. I'm gonna be completely honest,
Yeah.
because I don't like really. I'm not gonna say I don't respect the Pope, because I respect
You're
all
a
people,
Catholic.
but I'm not in agreement with that type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like I know better.
Well, yeah, he's from Chicago, first American Pope. And I would say
First
he's a
one.
Knicks fan because he went to Villanova, so the Knicks core is from Villanova. But yeah, it's funny. Like we're saying, Trump generated that AI picture of him as the Pope. Man, it's not him, but it is an American as the Pope. And
So
I'm
I'm,
I'm gonna give it about 2 more days before Trump finds a way to give himself credit for the Pope being American.
I'm
I
on
give
my
him credit now.
conspiracy
I
right
give him
now
credit now.
because hear me out. A couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
the Pope died. J.D. Vance, the vice president, went over there to see the Pope,
Yeah.
but he died. Now all of a sudden, we got a Pope from Chicago, from America, that's been selected. J.D. Vance was a Marine. I'm just saying.
Hey,
You
John.
think, oh, wait, hold on. I think we got a conspiracy
I'm
theory.
just saying.
Suspicious.
Do you think that Vice President Vance assassinated Pope Francis?
Don't you phrase
Just
that
saying,
question
man.
towards him like that, Sean. Don't set our friend up. Listen, Josh, you don't know what
What you
happened.
think?
We just
I'm
know
just
that there was
saying.
meetings and then this event occurred. That's all, Josh.
Yeah, yeah. Even at that. I'm just saying. I'm not
Man.
saying, but I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Better
Well,
watch the
listen,
feds, Josh. I'm
let me
telling you, they're
ask you guys,
good.
why do they always pick elderly popes?
What?
If they
What?
can't
Why?
have no
Yes.
pope like that, I guess that's their religion. Like
You
you
said
can't just
wait.
have the seat vacant.
You said why they
No,
only pick what?
they always pick elderly popes.
Oh, because you
Elderly,
gotta be
old men.
seasoned. You can't just come up in there and think you're gonna be the pope.
I think it's because if they want the pope out of there, then everything just looks like natural causes.
That's a great a
Hmm.
great observation there, my brother. I gotta put the glasses on for
Replacing
that one right
usually,
there.
and
Gotta look
nobody
into that.
will question it.
Hmm.
Nobody will question it. All of a sudden, you're sick. I mean, it's fine, and then you're sick,
Natural,
but they just say, "Oh, it's
natural
just old
causes.
age."
I
Yeah,
think they try to
yeah.
treat it like presidency without making it presidency. Like, as we put somebody that's in there that's decrepit, he ain't got that long anyway, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be under different rules soon. We good.
I was just reading that. It's been plenty of assassination attempts, like just trying to choose a
One
pope.
pope retired.
Like where now all the archbishops, they gotta have food tasters.
One pope retired. I didn't even know you could retire being the pope. Thought you
Shit.
had no choice but to stay that.
I mean, if it's a choice of either I leave or they make me leave, then I'm gonna
And not to
leave.
mention,
I
Trump
didn't
is a
think
businessman. And we
I
know how
didn't think
people
that you had that choice though, like to
Hold
be
on,
like,
hold on,
I don't want to be a pope no more. I'm out.
hold on. Josh was saying something. What you say, Josh?
I'm saying we all know Trump is a businessman. And what's the saying he used to say? Like, it
Mhm.
ain't nothing personal, it's just business.
All right, we giving Trump too much credit here. We were joking around about that. Trump ain't got nothing to do with the Pope. They is not hearing that shit in the
Look, the
Vatican.
man said in the interview, I would love to be Pope. And I took it as
Yeah,
a joke.
but he ain't Pope.
After all this is going down, like I'm on my conspiracy theory shit now. I really am.
He did recommend the archbishop from New York.
But the one from Chicago won. So come on now.
Yeah, I mean,
Or maybe Trump put him there so that he can be like wait him out and be like, all right, when I'm done with being president, this nigga gonna be dead, so seat gonna be open. I'm lit, and I'm gonna run as a Republican.
You think so?
Hey, I don't doubt Trump with nothing he do no more, because he tell you dead what he gonna do and then do it.
And then you do it. I mean, that was a coincidence, right? Could be coincidence, but there was something else about, since we're talking about that too. We're talking about America and the popes and all this other stuff. You want to talk to us about being sovereign, Sean, JS?
Okay, so the reason that this is brought up is because there was a video that was shared between us, where there was a guy who was pulled over, for it's like I guess it was supposed to be a traffic stop, and like he was telling the officer that like he's a sovereign citizen, so like he's not operating his motor vehicle illegally. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a commercial vehicle. But let's skip to the main part of this. Okay, there are certain things that we were not privy to, and there's a law of the land, and then there's laws. You know what I'm saying? There's sovereign laws where if you actually claim your sovereignty, your birthrights, there are different things that can go on. Now, I'm not the most well-versed person in this, but I do understand something about it. Like, okay, for one instance, if you look at your birth certificate, your name is in all capitals. We all know that anything in all capitals means property. So basically your birth certificate is a contract. This continent that we are on is called North America, yet the country that we're representing is called United States of America. But what they didn't tell you is that it's called United States of America.co. And anything with a .co is a company, which is why there's a president who has a salary. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody, think about it. If you're supposed to be the leader, how do you have a salary? Like, who's paying you? Who told you this is how much you can make? That's absolutely ridiculous to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and
hold on. Oh, also, make sure real quick, make sure you back up too. You clipping again.
Yeah.
With your audio. So what you're about to, I didn't know you was about to go this route with that, but what you're about to go into is going to lead into a deeper conversation. If people love conspiracy theories that's mixed with some cold hard facts, right?
not
Because if you,
conspiracy theories though, because these are actual penal codes,
that's what I
and you
said.
can look
That's what I
them up.
said. Mixed with facts, because if you go into that with the .co and how, right, if we're saying we're a company, then you have to look at the president as a CVO, right, the chief visionary officer, right, where they guide the country or the business and to the place that you want to see that business over the next 4 to 8 years. And it's kind of funny because they always tell you like you'll know where business stands on average by what year? The 5th year.
By the
So the
fifth year.
fact that our president changes every 4th year, almost like a business cycle, right, is
Right.
kind of unique. Now, you said, where does the salary come from? If you want to know where the salary comes from or who's paying the salary, right, we say the country, you probably have to go into some of the founding families of the country. And
And
I
and
don't
I,
know if
and I
that's a conversation. I don't know if that's
you
a
see,
conversation y'all want to have on here, but
when I was speaking of where does the salary come from, I'm not talking about who actually pays it. I'm speaking as if you're supposed to be the leader, then why do you have a salary? People need to think about that. If you're the owner of something, you don't have a salary. You pay people.
You also
yourself,
pay
yeah.
yourself too.
Right,
I mean,
but you
because
choose.
you
You
can't take
choose. Your
all the
salary is
money.
chosen. You choose your
No,
salary.
because
You can make your company go bankrupt, or you can be smart and only take a little. They don't get to choose their own salary though. this is what you're gonna make. Period. Which leads on to the central banking conversation and all that Gene said like would take a whole lot of time to unwrap. So
I don't know. I think that Congress at any time they can change his salary and their
and
salary
you're proving
too.
my point even more. If Congress got to change his salary, then he runs nothing. You're just a face.
Well, so we got the three branches, and he is one of the three.
Three branches of
That,
government.
yeah.
But do you know that there can be more branches
So
of government, though? Do you know that you can run under your own political party? You don't have to be a Democrat or Republican. We can make up a whole political party called For the
Oh, yeah.
People, and you can run as a president, and then For the People's political party would be in the office.
Yeah, it's true, but you would still be a part of the executive
Yeah, but
branch.
now it goes from 3 to 4. You know what I'm saying? So there's not just three parties. What I'm saying is political. I'd rather speak about it as just a political party instead of putting a number on it because there is no number on it. You can make a whole new political party. Now your number changes.
I'm not saying that there's. So listen, there is an infinite number of political parties. Only two, the Democrats and the
Hold on.
Republicans,
Well, Lester,
have
why you sharing your
But
screen?
I don't see him sharing the screen.
You trying to show us something? Lester?
That wasn't me.
Who's sharing the screen? Because I sure enough did.
You just said Lester's trying to share his screen.
Are you trying to stream it to
No.
your girl? Tell the truth.
No.
Oh, no,
I
thought you had something that you wanted to add to. That's my fault, y'all. I didn't want to stop the conversation, but I thought he had something that he wanted to show that I was going to add to it. Go ahead, my bad.
I'm glad you stopped the conversation because we got to clarify that.
I don't even know how to do that. I looked down, I saw it pop up on it. That's why I went over there.
Leave stuff alone while you're recording. None of that matters.
I just seen it pop
touching
up.
all them damn buttons.
Leave it.
Old times again. Old times. So, like I was saying, so we got the legislative, the judicial, and the executive branch. That has nothing to do with a Democrat or a.
You're absolutely right. I apologize.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but again, all right. So, because I don't want to lose the core of the topic real quick, right? When it comes to being having sovereignty, right, over yourself, right? That's what we're talking about, pretty much, right? Now, when you assign a social security number, essentially you're right. It's funny.
Accounted
It's funny
for.
because you can use a social, and you can use an EIN to start a business, right? Because your social security number is used to attach for, like, obviously all the taxes, wages, and all these different things that we accumulate as an adult, right? Now, it'll tell you that it's to see if you're eligible for Social Security when you get old enough. But as you know, by the time we get old enough, if we're able to see that age, Social Security is not going to exist. So with that, not Sean, it ain't gonna exist. You gotta have your 401k. You gotta have your 401k and your pension. It's already dwindling down right now for Social Security, and they're trying to stop paying people. Right? So you have that, but then you got to think about it. They use that to identify you, and what else is the Social Security to do? Right? What else is it for?
That's your barcode.
The barcode as far as what?
Like, that's how they can track you and everything you do. That's your barcode. That's the receipt for you. You're the only one with that.
That's what you think, Josh? You're muted.
We lost Josh.
Speak up, Sergeant.
You got the top in the background.
All right. Once you unmute
You should, dude.
That's what we
yeah,
doing.
once you unmute the speaker, then let us know. We'll get you back. But what about you, Lester? What you think?
Honestly, I don't know what to say.
This your first time hearing about it?
Lester?
Yeah, this is my first time hearing about it.
So like, is there anything interesting that you picked up from what was going on? Like something that kind of blew your mind right quick? Like, damn, I didn't know that.
Let me ask you, Lester, do you believe in
You see,
law,
this is the shit right
or
here.
do
You
you
see, and y'all try to
believe?
tell me to fucking be nice.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this shit now. All right, open your mouth, Lester. Speak.
Oh.
Made me take my glasses off and put them back on.
That's-
I was at about a 7. I don't want to have to go to a 10 right there. You know what I'm saying?
Lester, let me ask you.
I was listening to
So-
everything you were saying. It's just
Yeah.
sometimes most of that stuff that really don't catch my interest.
I got you.
All right. That's good.
I
That's
can
fair.
appreciate
Yeah,
that
yeah,
answer.
I mean,
I
yeah.
can appreciate that. That's an actual answer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good, Josh. We good.
I heard you, Josh.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So, all right. So it may
You
not
see my
interest you,
finger
right?
on my side, on the side of my mouth, right? I look smart.
No, you
Look
look
at
smart.
my face.
Look smart, but you sound stupid. Shut up, man. Let me keep going. So, Lester, right? This may not interest you, right? But when you get older and these things are to apply to your life, I bet you're gonna be interested then, right? So it's important to kind of know. Not even you don't got to be no expert because we're not no expert on this,
At
but
all.
to know some of the things that can. Nobody asked you, but to know some of the things that can affect your life in different ways, so you can know what can be or what may not be available to you in the future. Josh, what you got, Josh?
As far as what JS was saying, I partially do it because what do you call it, a tracking device? I wouldn't call it that.
A barcode. That's what I said. A receipt
You say
for
it's a
you.
tracking device. Oh, so much as
No.
that.
That's how they track you. It's your barcode, a receipt for you.
I can't hear him. Oh man, I should never mess with my settings.
I agree with that.
Can y'all hear me?
It is how they track you. Yeah, we can hear you, Josh. Not anymore. But anyway, so it is how they track you, and it's how you pay taxes. And it's not just for U.S. citizens too, because if you got a work visa, then you also have to have a social
Yeah.
too. Yes, you won, and you got to pay
Can I ask you a
taxes.
question
So
about the work
yeah.
visa socials? Do it look like the socials of a U.S. citizen, or is it like just drawn out numbers on the paper for somebody?
I mean, so it does. Sometimes there's extra wordage on it, but not all the time. So
So yeah, it's a barcode, and that's the expiration date.
yes.
Like we know what your expiration date. We're gonna scan your joint, and if you here afterwards, if we catch you, you out of here. It's up.
Well, no, I mean there's no expiration date. So once you have a social, you always have one. Now your visa, it might
Right. That's what
expire,
I'm
but
talking about.
you'll always
Because you
have
said that there was a social for the visas.
for each person. If you have a green card, you don't have to be a citizen to have a social.
Right. That's what I thought at first. If you got a visa and you're on a work visa, you ain't getting no social because you're getting out of here when your work visa is up. So why we wasting our
Nope.
time?
You have a social, yeah.
Okay, so
Because
then that social for that work visa person would basically let them know when their time is up. We scanned your barcode. We said 6 months. It's been 6.5, and we looking for you.
if only it was that simple, we wouldn't have, all
I
these
mean, it
overstays.
could be, but who's just checking random socials? What I'm saying is, if it pops up and it comes in the system, they're like, "Oh, okay, copy. They joint been expired."
Socials, they don't expire, but their work visa does, yes.
Okay, so when they get a social with their work visa, when they go back, when their visa is over, they keep that social. So if they ever get another work visa to come back, it'll have the
It's
same
the same
number.
social.
Okay,
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I got the glasses on, y'all. You see how I be asking intelligent questions with my superpowers? Ow.
Yeah. This guy.
What we got, y'all? What we got?
I wanted to ask. I was talking to Sean when I was driving back from Virginia, right?
I can't wait to hear this because I've been
And
waiting.
so we spent a lot of time on Cliff, right? So we were crazy on Cliff, just like some of our friends were crazy down at West Virginia State, right? So that's how crazy we were on Cliff, right? But I remember, Sean was always singing everywhere. So I never forget, yo. It's late. We out. We go to the next building. Boom, boom, singing, and somebody I don't want to say those names, right? But somebody's like, "Oh, you singing? You sing?" They're like, "Come on, sing." They drunk, right? And my god brother was here at the time, so I was dapping my god brother. He's like, "Yo, come chill, we chilling." And so Sean turns to me. He's like, "I don't want to sing right now." I said, "What?" He was, I don't know if he remembers this, but he was so scared. He didn't want to sing.
He always sings.
He didn't want to sing.
Yeah.
I said, "Yo," I said, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "I don't want to sing because he's drunk and he got a gun on his hip. What if I sing better than him?" And I said,
Wait. Nah,
I said,
you know what? Now I
"What?"
remember what you're talking about.
And I
Because he
said, "The
was
reason,
singing first.
yes,
And then I had started like doing a little something. And
yes."
he had the look in his eyes like he was like, you trying to show off? And I felt the energy. So it wasn't a battle, it was life or
Oh,
death.
he had
So
that
like
thing on him. And I said to Sean,
exactly. I seen
I
it.
said, Sean,
It
I
was
said,
life
the
or
reason
death.
why
And
you
so
need
I
to
just like,
sing,
you know what I'm saying? When I sung, I fucked up on purpose a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I'm trying to get up out of there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I seen the look in that man's eyes. I don't think that, and he really couldn't sing at all, for real. I guess they must have thought that because he was the only person up there, so he was the only person that used to sing around there. So they hyped him up.
all I know is Sean turned to me and was like, "Nah, he got a gun on his head." And I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly why you need to sing right now." He's asking you to sing. I was like, "Sing right now."
Sing,
I
boys.
mean, I let a melody out, but I ain't go crazy because like I felt like if I would have did too much, he'd have been like, I knew it. Fuck. Like
Nah,
now I'm trying to go
but
home.
I never forget that night because when we talk about just like being out and having different experiences, it was just like mad random. Like I didn't see my guy brother in years. He can't. He's like, "Nah, come over here." Like we was on the block already, but he was like, "Yo, come in this building." And it was like, bro, like if y'all from the town and you ever been on Cliff, you might not see people outside, but they were outside, just like
Yeah,
the lobby.
yeah.
Like Cliff was crazy, and
It used to be lit.
we were just up there like around just mad stuff, yo.
But we
And
grown now. That nigga can't beat me. I'd have smoked him.
okay, brother, relax. But
I'm
I
just
remember,
saying.
yo,
I ain't
I
even
didn't know
scared no
Sean.
more.
didn't know if Sean remembered that. That was the first time ever he did not want to sing in his life. I was like, yo.
And there
I
was
was
a few
like,
chicks there that like I
yeah.
think that he was already fucking around with, and they probably was looking at me. I said, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. I'm out of here.
I don't remember.
And my baby moms was living up there. Like I ain't trying to
You said
Listen,
what?
Everywhere that I
My
went with
baby
Sean,
moms was living up there.
Nah, big ass. What you say?
everywhere that I went with Sean, he would randomly start to sing. We was in the Galleria. He used to just walk up to girls.
You dared me. Don't lie, Sean.
What?
I remember that day. We was in the food court, and there was
Yeah.
2 chicks at the table, and we was sitting by ourselves. And he was like, "Yo, I bet you won't go over there and sing to them." And I did it, and I was about to bag her, but you left me as a wingman because you was over there like.
That sounds
I was
about
like,
right.
damn.
Sounds about
Yo.
right. That sounds about right.
Well-
Well, Sean, I mean, he used to serenade me and my ex-girl when
You
we
better
used
shut
to,
the
like,
Yo, stop playing with me, serenade you and your ex. Yo,
What?
Sean.
like
Yo, what's wrong with you? What you talking about?
you used to sing for us, Sean.
Who?
That's what I'm saying. You
Ooh.
did when we was on the back of the bus. We used to be making out. Me and my girl. I'm not gonna say the
You know
name,
what?
but
The only reason I'm gonna just let people know that this is true is because back then you could do that for your mans and them. That's my guy. So like I was holding them down.
Yeah.
You feel me? I had to be Brian when Martin had
Why you-
Tina. You feel me?
why do you have to explain that? I mean, that's literally some people's jobs.
Well, I'll tell you what caused him to get a job. Singing cost him about 21 years of payment.
Oh yeah. One day
I
singing.
can't stand you.
Exhibit
I
cool.
can't, yo.
Yo, wait, was Lester was there that day, right? Lester was there at
Yeah.
Tibbetts? Who was at Tibbetts?
Yeah.
It was all of us, right?
Yeah, we was all together.
I don't know. Josh, would you
I
say
don't
at
think
Tibbetts too,
Josh was there.
I
I don't think Josh was there.
I think it was
He
me,
wasn't
you.
allowed to come outside yet at that time, like not all the way to Tibbetts with us.
Yeah,
Because
yo.
he was like 14.
Because
That
that's
was
when
when
they first rebuilt Tibbetts.
we had to ask, can we go in on your park pass? Because we couldn't afford a park pass.
Oh, mine?
We used to have a park pass,
people.
remember? So we had to have an adult and we would ask and we would pay them to let us in on their park pass.
Yeah. Like, wait, how many people you got going with you? It's 4 of us. Can we
Right.
split it?
Yeah.
Like, we try to find one that was like by themselves and be like, because you could have 5 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One adult, 4 kids. So it was like, excuse me, can we give you the money that you let us in on your park pass? That's when you have to put a quarter in the locker and keep your key like in a zipped up pocket or around your ankle. You better not lose it.
Oh yeah, because it's over.
I'll never forget
You
that.
almost lost your key. I want to say it was Lester.
Probably.
It was.
I was gonna say Lester too. It was Lester.
It was.
No?
No,
Okay,
Lester,
yeah.
you put it around your ankle, Lester. I think
Yup.
that's what
Yeah, I
it
always
was.
kept mine on my ankle.
Exactly.
When we went,
It floated right
I never
on.
lost mine, no.
And we had to look for it for like a long time,
No.
Lester.
It wasn't mine. It wasn't mine. It was someone else's. It wasn't mine. I always kept
All
mine.
right.
It wasn't mine.
Look, all I remember is that when we went to Tibbetts on that fateful day in the summer, Sean saw some girls under the new mushroom enclosure thing.
We
And he's
bought
like,
right
watch this,
into each
man.
other. You heard?
He went over there, he's like, hey, where the party at?
Girls is on the way with the party at.
Yo. And
We used to sing everywhere. Yeah.
And it was a go. After that day, it was a go that whole summer. By the way,
Yo,
for
I'm sick
everybody
of
that's
Josh.
watching,
I'm sick of
everybody
Josh
that's
playing
watching,
with us like this.
I'm not kicking Josh out, yeah. He's doing that himself. He got technical difficulties, so that's why he's not talking. He's probably a little pissed off. But
I already know you ain't kicking him out. But I'm about sick of him right now.
But anyway, yo, I'll never forget, yo, your life forever changed, yo. A blessing and a curse.
And then Lester told on me when I was up the hill on Lake with them
Lester
chicks
told
and she shined my shirt. Lester had the nerve to let Anita know that we was around them girls, and then she checked the shirt and seen the name.
Okay,
Dang, Lester.
I see how y'all keep putting me in this ratting game. That one I don't know what the hell you talking about. Okay, every little
You
rat
don't
that
know
you get in
nothing.
trouble with, you ain't gotta put me in it. All right.
G, do you
I
remember?
Let him
see
talk.
ass
Let
in
him
trouble
talk,
a lot.
Jazz.
Most of that time is not my fault. So just because you got in trouble with a nigga with nothing, I had nothing to do with it.
When you say something about it, yes, you do.
This is the first time I even heard about this shit.
Because this is the first time somebody had to tell you because you did it. You didn't hear it. You said it. You the cause.
Okay.
You
Quit getting your ass in
put it
trouble
in the
with
atmosphere.
shit that I don't even know. Okay, you're making shit up now.
Hey,
First of all, she
all
wasn't
of us, hey,
my son's mother yet. We were still
I
young.
know I
You
did some
feel me?
telling shit.
Like,
I know
we
I
ain't
did.
have a kid or
Hold
nothing
on.
yet. We was about
Most of that
15,
stuff you're talking
16.
about had nothing to do with it.
Y'all over. Come on. Y'all talking over one another. Can't
Listen.
hear y'all.
Lester, nobody is trying to gang up on you. It's just we all had roles, okay? Gene brought us places. Sean, you made us laugh. And Lester, you made sure that you told us when we did
He was like, yeah, we was up there playing basketball.
Nah, we
There
don't love
was
you.
girls there,
We
but
could
We love
nothing
you, Lester,
happened.
though.
we
And
could
then
we
he
could
was like,
never
yeah,
we
I
could
seen
never
Sean
love you any
talking to the
less.
one girl. Her name was Diana.
Lester, we
Well, you
wanna
ain't say we did nothing, but come on now.
hold on. We wanna have a lot of these funny stories we probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for you, man. To be
Yeah, that's
honest.
true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know you used to suplexing dudes down at the big park. I know that. Lester used to suplex somebody in a minute. Boy, he get into a fight.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Nah, that's it. Yeah, I can tell you about
Lester
that
had
fight.
heart. A lot of
Hold
heart.
on, because he fought my cousin Darrell. I'm gonna tell you what. It was two fights, right? One happened across the street from Building 3
Move
when I
back,
was
move
first
back,
living in
Sean.
there.
Again, he's flipping again. Move back.
I said it was two fights. One fight happened across the street from Building 3 when I was living in there. My cousin Darrell kind of got the best of Lester, and he tried to make me sit on Lester like a chair. And I was like, no, that's my cousin. And I ain't know what to do because, like, I can't, like, jump in on either side. They both my cousin. Now, the second fight, we was at the big park, right? I guess Lester was tired of the shit. So they start fighting. Lester slip his legs and start smoking him. He was like, yo, get him off me, Sean. I said, that's my cousin. I can't break it up. Like, same rules apply. Like, but I was like, damn, Lester a beast. I didn't even know he could fight like that. But you turn him up, it is quite.
Listen, that people used to let that tuck shirt fool them.
I forgot about that Chuck shirt. Oh, my.
Yeah,
Yo, everywhere he
Yo,
went, he was
yo,
a
wait a minute.
grown man.
Remember,
Lester,
before you got
yeah.
up somebody, he would do like
the
this.
little boy's body.
We always used to be like, Lester, do you have to have your shirt tucked in?
Yo, untuck your shirt, Lester.
That was his style. And
It
then
was a style.
No, it
to have
wasn't.
his hat like leaned all the way to the side, like extra leaned.
Lester, turtlenecks are supposed to be tucked. Maybe a button up underneath a sweater should be tucked, not your t-shirt. A crew neck,
Always in the front.
he was tucking crew necks, Lester.
Yo, crazy.
Nah,
But yo,
all right.
that summer at Tibbetts, man, that was the beginning of the end for Sean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take him long. I feel like in like 2-3 months it was over.
That's
Yo,
true. It's true. That was
He let
I
the
ain't
he
gonna
let the,
front.
let
Like
the juices
running,
get
like
to them
it was,
juices.
it was some good times. Like, you know, I wouldn't take it back for nothing.
Of
You
course.
know,
Why would you? Why would you? I mean,
oh yeah.
almost,
it's
almost brought
nothing
a tear to my eye.
There's nothing to take back, yo. Nothing to take back at all, man. Josh, you
I'm
with us,
about to
Josh?
call her and see if we can reenact that moment. Like, yo, go, let's go to Tibbetts. Get under the mushroom.
Ah,
We ain't got to
She
be
gonna have
together, but let's just
one.
go ahead and reenact it one more time. Like, let's bump heads right quick. Let me. Hey, where the party at? Girls is on the way
I
to
haven't
the
heard from
honey
her
at.
in I don't know
Hey, let me just
how
go
many
She
ahead.
years.
gotta have you in jail for the whole weekend. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Josh, can you hear us, Josh? Oh, he can't hear
Josh?
us.
Okay, yeah, I don't think he can hear us at all. He
He's
ain't
zoning out,
responding.
y'all. So
That's all
uh,
right.
You there?
Freak
he
ass
can't hear us.
soldier.
Oh, he can hear
Yeah.
us now.
That's why Army will knock y'all Marines out. Mm-hmm.
There you
I
go. There
seen
you
them
go,
boxing matches. They was getting punched on in there by Army.
sir. Oh, yo, I wanted to tell y'all too, man.
Well,
So remember, so because with my position that like what I do for work, right? And where I'm at, like my location, like the area. I battle like a lot of like as humans, you know how we all have like implicit bias and everything, right? That's just like it's just in you, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
when I'm doing certain stuff or trying to,
Gotta put the
get
glasses on
people
after this.
to be like a part of the team and help them get some money and stuff, sometimes I have to like go deeper into my explanation and challenge people's thought process to really get them to see that hey, you're thinking in a way that you probably shouldn't be thinking. And like give me like so for example, we had interviewed somebody and everything was great except for like one question. And I was like, off of that one, not even a question. I was like, off of that one thing, you think like this is a person that won't fit what we're trying to do? I was like explain to me how that makes sense, right? And I say all that to say that, listen, man, my people, my black people, like for what I do, I'm fighting for y'all, right? For representation and stuff. So when you come to the place of business that I run,
Mm.
and you run your scams, you're not helping me out, man. You're not you are not helping me out. All right. So all my people, if you see me, please don't run your scams because I'm trying to
I'm
help us
correct.
out, and you're not helping me. You're not helping me help us. Like you making it
I
difficult.
concur.
And I'm like I'm not even with you. I can't be the token guy because I'm the head boss, so I can't be the token guy.
No,
But
strut
I'm like
that man, strut. Yeah, don't say
nah.
that
I'm
low.
saying
Your
like
head boss. Say that
well, I'm like
loud.
one. I'm one of like three. So when y'all come and y'all try to do y'all stuff, y'all don't make it easy for me when I'm making a case for us. Like
Uh-huh.
y'all don't.
You heard?
Y'all don't. I just want
I
to let y'all
agree.
know.
Get it
Like so,
together,
if I
y'all.
see y'all,
Stop playing out here. You feel me?
yeah, because if I
But
see
around
y'all,
here, you're asking for
I'm
help.
not playing
The
these
team
games.
making it easy to help you.
I'm not playing these games, man. Don't come. If you see me, just don't run your scams because I know them all. I know how they go. I know how you
I know
operate.
you
I know how you
from.
communicate. But
You
He's
this is
seven.
independently talking us,
huh?
huh?
What you say?
Yeah, out here, you're trying to what's that word?
Trying to perpetrate.
There you go. Good looking.
Okay.
You being
Yeah,
a
man.
fraud. Stop playing with
Yeah,
us out here. Mm-hmm.
not helping me. You're not helping me help us. And I just be like, like it happened this week, and I just was like, this
Talk
is just
about it.
after I had this conversation, like
Talk about it. Now get it off your chest, brother.
This is like what I just said in the chat, man. There's some times, I mean, I just get embarrassed. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying that right because
I
yeah,
try to defend us, but then I just be like,
My
all right.
brother, I need you to finish telling your story, Gene, because it is perfect to go right into something that I need to get off my chest. So come on with it.
because literally there was literally two situations back to back, 10 minutes apart,
Tell me
and
about it.
I'm like, come on, bro, like really, like I'm the one that has to make a decision on all this stuff. And I'm like, to the highest order, I'm making sure y'all get prosecuted. So don't play around. So don't. So what is
They'll
it?
call you a sellout now, Gene.
Uh,
Huh?
You're a
oh,
sellout.
This
Yeah,
is
they're gonna be like,
job.
oh,
Don't nobody go
fast
into
forward.
Walmart and be like, I'm mad
No,
at you for stocking
what's
shelves
that?
if somebody worked at Walmart. Like, come on now.
No,
Shoot.
fast forward. F around and find out. Fast forward for sure.
mhm.
And I'm gonna make sure you're gonna find out because, bro, it's like, look, man, like there's so much money and opportunities out for everybody. You don't even gotta, and the way y'all trying to do, you don't gotta do it that way. That's small time. Y'all think it's so small. It's so small minded. It's so in the moment thinking, and
Mhm.
it
You know,
sucks because I know so many of us that have big thinking and are thought provoking and think about the future and make plans and execute on plans and are building wealth. So when I see like a group of us try to do the exact opposite, that will, like, for these little things that y'all doing, y'all could potentially put yourself in a situation that hurts you and your family for years, or for something that's is not doing anything. That what y'all doing is gonna last y'all for a couple of hours. Like, come on, man, come on. What you got though, JS?
but like speaking on what you're speaking about right now, like honestly speaking, I thought that it was gonna go in a whole different way, but I still love the way that it went because what you said is like something that people need to really take into consideration. Like when you the decisions that you make do not just affect you in life. It affects
Mhm.
others around you. It affects others that may not be around you at the moment because you can have family that live far away from you, so they can't get to you fast enough to even save you if they wanted to, and then they start to feel a certain way, and like people got to add it up. Sometimes, like the way I look at it is like a 5 minute decision could potentially cost you 5 years in jail. The time don't add up, so why do it?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Why are you gonna trade 5 minutes for 5 years? Why would you trade five
They
minutes
not thinking.
for 5 days? Like
They not
sometimes,
thinking. They're living by the laws of the streets. They want this respect thing. I mean, they want to be hood niggas. Like I'm like, all right, for what? Like I have never seen a multimillionaire millionaire that sold drugs on the street. Never, never. And I had asked this like a long, long. No, you have not.
oh,
There
you
is
talking about physically
nobody.
seen? You talking about lay eyes on?
Yeah, no, there
Oh,
is
okay, all right, all right.
nobody. You can't name one guy that sold drugs on the street that became a multi-millionaire. They were the bosses, but they wasn't on the street. They wasn't on the street.
Oh, you talking about
Like,
hand to hand, like actually out there.
yeah,
Type of,
yeah.
okay,
So,
all right. Whew. Let
and
me
I've
put my
asked
glasses back
kids
on, my brother.
yo,
Uh,
so how much money could you expect to make? And and they saying like 80,000, 100,000. I'm like, you get a regular job for that. You don't even have to risk your life.
but the
People don't
thing
look at
is,
it.
that 80,000 come way easier, way faster. The problem is, these idiots are not smart enough to realize, yo, I made this much. I don't need to keep going. Maybe I should flip this into something else that might make me money. You know what I'm saying?
You never make that much, man. I mean, you just don't. You just don't, and then
Yeah.
you lose it. It's always somebody that wants your spot, right?
Hmm.
You can't hold that corner. Somebody's going to take it from you. You're going to age out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's
Not
definitely
worth
not.
it at all.
Like I completely agree with you that it's not worth it. I'm not trying to say that like that's a route that people would go and like be successful from it because
Yeah,
you're playing a losing game. You know what I'm saying? Just like sometimes you can get into this and end up not being able to get out
good,
because
Josh.
What's
I
going
think that's
on?
Josh. Josh is over there. stroking his
Can you hear me?
microphone. Making noise.
Yeah, we can hear you.
See, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We heard you
I
stroking,
can't hear
man.
Big Sean. I can't hear Gene. I should never change my settings.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear your annoying punk ass.
Sean said, stop stroking your microphone.
Well, yeah, I was trying to figure out the audio. I don't know why I can't hear Gene or
Yo,
Big
your
Us. I can hear
microphone sound like
Lester.
you
I
was
can hear
making it
you.
feel good too. That was like,
Wait,
That reminds me, yo, Sean.
hold on, wait.
oh man, what you mean this reminds you?
I think I know what you
What
about
is
to
he
say.
saying now? I can't hear. I can't hear
Yo,
either of
Come
them.
on,
Sean.
Dave.
Hold on,
Hold on.
JS, tell Josh. Hold on, tell Josh on his audio settings for the
I
output.
don't know what they're saying.
The output he has to put the mic. He probably has the output to his
Yo.
computer speaker.
Gene said on your audio setting, you have to put the output to mic on your computer.
Because he has
It
no
is on
settings.
it. I'm looking at it.
Or-
It's on my
because he
mic,
has
but I
settings
can't
on
hear
both
either
ends.
of them.
I don't know.
So why don't you take out your microphone and just put your thing on by itself, and put speaker on? Trying to be fancy, it ain't working now. Malfunction. Look, hope you got the warranty, motherfucker.
He about to exit the chat. He about to exit the chat again. All right, Big S, what you about to say, Big S?
Well, so I don't even want to head back to it,
Well,
but yeah, about
I know
how
what you was gonna say.
Sean was saying
Why he mind masturbating?
Lester is mind masturbating.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
Yo, wait, did y'all never look at his face sometimes when he was doing it? Yo, he used to be like, he wouldn't be looking at nobody. He'd just be like, hey, hold up. You gotta see my
I knew he was
eyes.
gonna say that, bro.
He was like,
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
and he wouldn't even make a noise.
Hold on now.
Lester,
What if
what
he
were
was
you doing?
having a seizure?
My mind is always.
Nah, he
my
wasn't
mind
having a
always
seizure
resets.
because he'd have been like,
Hold on.
A deep thought. That's all.
Hold on. He got an answer. You was always what? Your mind was what?
My mind constantly races, so I was just in a deep thought.
I know
Just thinking.
it was.
What are you thinking about, man?
I told you it wasn't no seizure. He was over there like, and wouldn't even make a noise. He'd still be sitting up, pants all over you. He wouldn't even be touching himself. Like they was just random.
Hey, yo,
But I'm saying that's why I said he was mind
You're going a little too
masturbating.
far now.
Nigga was
Yeah.
busting it on his whole
A little
brain.
too far.
Like,
Chill out,
when we
my
finally
boy.
caught his attention, he was
Chill
like,
out.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yo, chill out. Josh, you can hear us, Josh? He still can't hear. Why he grilling? He grilling his computer.
Yo,
Can you hear me?
Josh, can you hear me?
Now we got Josh over there masturbating.
Yo, that nigga said,
what else? Y'all got anything else?
yo, you know something? I kind of wanted to get something off my chest because this shit annoys me. Okay. I am so tired of people not fully knowing the meaning and understanding of a word that they are going to use.
Like
Okay.
what word?
Okay. Okay. Let me explain it like this. The word narcissist, right? Let's think about it. One of the symptoms of being a narcissist is like wanting your way all the time. Duh. Everybody wants their way. You feel me? You're calling me a narcissist, and you're the actual narcissist because what makes you a narcissist is not understanding that it can't be your way all the time. So you're throwing a tantrum right now. So you're the actual you're being narcissistic. Like I hate when somebody like I cannot stand when somebody like okay, I want somebody to tell me when they're gonna use a word like people that say that's demure. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm just now recently ever hearing this word,
Very
but I do know
demure.
the meaning of it now. I do know the meaning of it now, and now that I know the actual definition of it, people use it wrong all the time. Do you know what? Like, okay, yes or no? Do any one of y'all know what demure mean? I believe that one of y'all would.
Tell us.
It's
Wait, don't
to be
tell the
modest, right?
definition. Don't tell the definition. If you feel like you know what demure means, just say yes or no, right quick.
Yeah.
Okay, demure means a classy person or act, usually used when you're speaking about a woman.
Okay.
But people will be in a situation and freaking get in the car and be riding around because this nigga blowing a blunt in the background, they're like, oh, this is so demure. What the fuck is classy about you riding around in somebody's car while they smoking and y'all drinking?
But what's your beef with the word narcissist?
Well,
My beef with the word,
I got a beef with it.
my beef with the word narcissist is the fact that I don't believe anyone should be calling someone a narcissist, and if you do, then you are the actual narcissist. Because to be truthfully honest, we are all narcissists in our own way. We all want our way, but we understand that it can't be your way all the time. What
What's your
makes you narcissistic is when you're trying to force your way. So the funny part is the one calling you a narcissist is actually the narcissist. They don't even understand what they're doing and how they're using the word.
what's your beef with the big S?
So I just hate when anybody calls me one because if you are confident, then all of a sudden you're a narcissist. I'm like, whoa, no, I'm not narcissist. I'm confident. I mean, I know. So it's almost like they want you to play dumb, like okay, or they don't want you to be right, you know, and it's not in my everyday life, but it's with like my siblings.
Yeah.
Not even
like
just siblings. Like it could be a significant other, it could be people around you, you know what I'm saying,
I
that feel
think
like your confidence is narcissism. But the funny
I think
part is,
that's my bad. I'm so sorry. I think that's interesting what Big S was about to go into because a lot of times, like, all right, so people say you're full of yourself, right? Or you're bougie, think you're better, and they tie that all into being narcissistic or having characteristics of a narcissist. And what Big S was about to go into, a lot of times it do be your own family that's resistant to the change you're trying to make in your life. Not even
uh,
anything you're trying to do with them, but
mhm.
how you're trying to live different
uh-huh.
and just improve from where you were, right? Especially, look, let's be honest. Where we started, we had a whole bunch of improving that we can do. So when you make any of those improvements that now in hindsight we might see as small improvements to other people that were also still in those same situations, that can seem like something so grand, so large that they can't even fathom that it's possible. Is that would you say that's accurate, Big S?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can go to school and you can learn and you can study and you can become an expert, but to your family, you're still, you're the little brother, you're the clown, right? So
This sounds like a little bit of PTSD right here. So emotional trauma from back in the day. Hold on, you want to tell us something,
They
Shorty?
can't see all your accomplishments. I mean, all you
Let
learn.
them know.
Now, when you speak, like, "Hey, listen, I'm a pro. I'm a subject matter expert on this," and now they're like, "Oh no, you just want to be right all the time. You're a narcissist." Like, well, how am I a narcissist when everybody else would pay for this?
Information.
Yeah.
You about to trigger me. You about to trigger me, bro.
See,
You about
that
to
leads
trigger
back to
me.
what I was saying. The
About to
person
trigger
that
me.
accuses someone of being a narcissist is actually the narcissist. Because you're kicking and screaming and can't get your way and nobody's like bending to your will. Like if you're accusing someone of being a narcissist, 9 out of 10, the person that's doing the accusing someone of being a narcissist first is the actual narcissist.
Yeah, and can I read? Let me just read from Merriam-Webster, right? Official, okay, or Oxford, whichever one, right? An extremely self-centered person who has an exaggerated sense of self-importance. Now that's the first adjective. If we go to the second adjective, right, which is even crazier, right, under the noun part, actually under the noun, that says these are people who lack empathy, are narcissists with a grandiose view of themselves, are pathological liars, have a constant need for stimulation, are manipulative, fail to feel remorse or guilt, and refuse to take responsibility for anything. Now that's from Jens Ludwig, who wrote in the Chicago Tribune. So that's just someone that's kind of explaining that. When I hear that, I'm like, that sounds like an awful person. That sounds like a horrible person. And to
It
your point,
really
a lot of times,
does.
just being confident in yourself and like having that viewpoint of like, I don't need to really think about it because I know for sure. Like people
Yeah.
can say that's like, they say that's being a narcissist. So,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they take you as a narcissist because you don't need everything that everybody got. You're comfortable in your own skin. You know what I'm saying? And with everything that they got, they still don't know how to operate. You know, like they still don't know how to operate in confidence and they start to get envious of you.
that's true. That's true. So, any other words you got beef with?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like any other words I got, you just put me on the spot right there. Any other words I got beef with? Okay. It's not really so much as words that I got beef with. It's people
Just people.
using words improperly. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn what it means, use it right. You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
something.
Know how to put
I
your
got
word in a
something.
sentence.
So I don't have a beef with it, but it makes me mad when I hear other people say, "I hate when black people say axe, axe." Like, why? Why does that make you angry? Like, okay, ass, axe. You know what they're saying, but I remember I was in college. One of my best friends, she would always get mad anytime that I said, "Let me ask you a question." She'd be like, "Oh, why are you doing that? You're not dumb. Stop acting dumb." I'm like, well, no,
Bitch, who you
but
talking to?
that's my vernacular. Like that's how everybody spoke where I was from. They said act. Okay. Why does that bother you? Like why does that bother people
Was she
if
white?
you understand? Like, so that was my rant there. But I
Was,
mean I
was
never
she
got
white?
like yes.
That's why she did that. Because they got to
Yeah.
pronounce each letter in the right spot. We know what's up out here. Axe. You said it right. The S was in
So
there,
now
like all together. It's only 3
I'm like
letters.
so subconscious, that I always say ass. I'm like, let me
Stay
ask
home,
you
my
a
brother.
question.
Don't you don't you let them change you, huh?
It's true. It's true.
You
Yo,
stay
we about
authentic.
to.
Don't you let them change you.
But listen, man, we done had a few topics. Lester, you got anything to say to the people, Lester?
What's your topic?
I don't have a topic.
That's because you don't be paying attention when we be talking about coming up with topics and shit. You know what I'm saying? How about you participate?
Hold on, Lester.
I do
Let me hit.
participate.
Find something that you love, even a video game or something. I don't
Wait,
care.
hold on. I got something for Lester. Lester, who would win in a fight, a wolf or a bear?
A
Well,
bear
everybody
beat the
knows
shit
a
out
bear
of a
can beat
wolf.
a
You know
wolf,
that.
but
Hold on. Let Lester talk.
Hold on, JS.
everybody knows a wolf. A bear can beat a wolf, but he can't beat a pack of wolves.
So y'all
Pack of
gonna jump
wolves.
him, huh?
That's right. And we're your wolf pack, Lester.
Who?
Us.
Why you sucking your teeth?
What is that, G?
Dun, 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 dun,
Rockers.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing
Anyway.
any signs on here because it's gonna be somebody that finds like, so back in the day, so this meant that you worship the devil or something like that.
I did the theme song from wrestling with it though, Sean. We good.
This
You
the
can't do
wrong.
that to us no more.
This the wrong group chat if they think somebody worshiping the devil.
For real.
All right. Look, y'all, we're gonna get out of here, man. We sorry that
Oh,
Josh couldn't
wait,
join us
Lester,
this
you're
whole
not worshiping the
time.
devil, no, right?
No, he's
I ain't
not,
heard
man.
from you in a minute. I gotta ask. You feel me? People change, brother.
Do you have to ask him or ask him?
I'm asking them.
He said,
You
ask.
heard
He
me?
said, ask.
Look, man, we
You
gotta
heard
get
me?
out of here, man. We sorry that Josh will be on the next one again, and maybe not look so angry, get his audio settings together. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but
we'll
he,
catch y'all next. Listen, hey, if you made it here, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. You should have did already. Anyway, you're watching the video. If you made it this far, make sure to share it with a friend that shares it with a friend that shares it with another friend. We will catch y'all next week. Deuces.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun.